Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back. I wanted to today talk to you guys a little bit about Beurgers disease. I have Beurgers disease, me personally, and I have a difficult time really explaining what Beurgers disease is. A lot of people don't understand what I mean when I say I have a blood clotting disorder. What Beurgers disease is? It's a blood clotting disorder that stems from smoking cigarettes. I have 3 videos that I'm going to post today, and I would really like for you guys to see them and to kind of watch 3 other people who are dealing with the same exact thing that I am. One of the ladies is a very sweet lady named Marie Wilkins. She's one of the longest running people that I know that have had this disease. And she's had it for a very long time. In the video that I show you, at the time she had it for 17 years, and that video is at least 10 years old now. She's still around, still alive and kicking, and she's as spunky as ever. So I actually do know Miss Wilkins. She's very sweet. I reached out to her whenever I first lost my leg, and she was very comforting. She had a lot of good things to say, a lot of encouraging words, and basically let me know that, hey, this, it's not over for you. This part of it sucks, and you're just gonna have to kind of, man up and just be one with it. Don't let it define you, but at the same time, don't let it defeat you. So I think, I've learned a lot from her, but I'm going to put these videos in here in just a minute. And again, I would really encourage you guys to check them out. They're only like a minute long, or two, like a minute, maybe 2 minutes each or something. Definitely worth looking at. There was another woman, the second video that I'll play. She has lost her toes and most likely will be going through other amputations as this progresses for her. Right now she's lost all the end of her foot, so her foot kind of looks like that. Like all the toes and stuff are gone off of it. Her fingertips, she's had some issues with her fingers. And she is one of the more fortunate cases, meaning that she's only lost her toes, so that part is I guess fortunate for her in that respect. I don't know. I mean, she hasn't lost a leg yet, thank God, and hopefully she never does. Now, the third gentleman, he has lost both of his legs below the knees and a couple of his fingers. Now, I couldn't imagine having this and the addiction having such a power over you that you still smoke. But this gentleman, you won't believe me when I say, but you can see in the video yourself, he still smokes. He still smokes cigarettes. He is missing both of his legs, and yeah, the guy still smokes cigarettes. So I don't ever plan on doing that again, because like I said, I really want to stick around for my family and be here as long as possible. But yeah, at the same time, I don't feel bad for people who bring it on themselves. And this gentleman is doing just that. Do I hate his situation for him? Absolutely I do. But it's not... I have a hard time feeling sorry for people who put themselves in horrible situations and then kind of expect the world to be like, hey, we were really, you're such an inspiration. You're such... you can't be an inspiration if you're still out there doing self-damage, if that makes any sense. And again, I'm not attacking this gentleman. I'm not doing that at all. That's not what this is about. it's hard to believe that, you know, the addiction is so great that even after losing your legs, both of your legs below the knee, you're still smoking. And that's just, it's so mind-boggling to me. And you'll see in the video, he tells you that, you know, he's like, and another thing that was really interesting about his case is he started losing limbs, and when he started losing limbs, he said, I literally smoked 4 or 5 cigarettes in, you know, a month's time or a couple months' time, something like that. And that's all it took. So that alone will give you a little bit of an idea of how rapid this goes and how fast it goes. Once you start clotting up and you start getting blood clots in your extremities and stuff, it goes very, very, very fast. So put it this way, my next cigarette would probably be my last one, you know, ever. And you guys would never hear from me again. And that's not me being dramatic or like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. No, that's very serious. That's very serious. And I'm not, you know, trying to gain any sympathy or anything like that off of it, but I'm just letting you guys know. So, enjoy the videos. I'll be back, and we'll talk a little bit more about it, and I can kind of maybe put a few things into perspective for you guys. Okay, so I'll see you after the videos.
I started having trouble walking, and I thought I had pulled a muscle, but I went to the doctor, and they told me that I had blood clots. And from the blood clots, it led me to another doctor, which diagnosed me with Beurgers disease. I've been like this for almost 17 years, and I still have to be very careful on what I do, because today or tomorrow, I could bump into something and lose another finger. It's a terrible disease, you know, it's a very painful disease, and it's an ongoing disease. My first 3 or 4 years were just, I mean, unbearable. I wasn't living, you know, I was just existing. You know, you say to yourself, you want this pain or you want your leg? You want this pain or you want your finger? You know, at that point, it's like, cut whatever you want to cut. Just stop this pain. You know, it's just too much. We have choices, and I chose to smoke. But if I would have had the information I think that we have today, my choice would have been much different. Just think of waking up one morning and all of a sudden your leg is gone. You know, and it's just something that you have to deal with. Life is so different now. You know, it really is.
When I was 16 was the first time I tried smoking because I wanted to be cool. Ultimately, it ended up becoming an addiction. Went into the doctor's office January 31st of 2018. I was in a lot of pain. It was determined that I had no blood flow to my toes. Beurgers disease attacks the vascular system. The smoking restricts the blood flow to the different parts of your body, typically your limbs. A lot of times people have it in their hands first. In my case, it was my foot, and it started off into my pinky toe. The pain was so bad. I couldn't sleep maybe an hour to 2 hours. When everything was all said and done, the 3 toes, they were completely black. Those 3 would have left me unbalanced, so he decided to take all 5. I was still in disbelief that cigarettes could do that. It wasn't until after they had done the surgery to remove all the toes that it really hit me. I used a walker for a little while. I went into the closet that I keep all my shoes in, and I guess you could say I had a breakdown. The ones that I knew I could wear, and throwing them in one pile, and the other ones were either going to be trash or donation, and it was just a really emotional time. That's always somebody else. That's not you. You see the commercials, you see several different things. You never really put yourself in that person's shoes until you're there. And then when you're there, you're really there. There is no turning back.
After losing my big left toe and the plastic tubing was stuck in my left leg, you know, obviously I was able to stop smoking. But sometime over the next few months, I ended up smoking 4 or 5 cigarettes. The plastic tubing plugged up in my left kneecap, resulting in lost circulation to my left foot. In a matter of 3.5 weeks, my left foot went from a normal looking foot to a foot that had to be amputated. A third of my foot was missing its skin, so you could see the red fleshy meat. Where my big toe used to be, I had a huge ulcer so big as the when I cleaned it out. Besides gagging on myself from the smell, I could see the bones inside of my foot. Both of my index fingers are shorter. The tips turned black, the black tissue fell off. I had bones sticking out of one of my index fingers, and then the other finger, the tip turned black, and then the doctor actually pulled that off. The addiction is so overwhelming that after losing my body parts, I'm still outside smoking. Beurgers disease and my addiction to cigarettes has left a lasting impact. My life will always be affected from cigarettes.
Okay, so told you guys, they're kind of difficult to watch. A little difficult to watch, that's for sure, especially for a person like myself. But that's what. Sorry, I'm setting my phone up here real quick. All right, that's what Beurgers disease is. So I hope the videos that the CDC actually puts those videos out. They're tips for smokers, or tips for non-smokers, or tips from a former smoker, something like that. I don't remember how they put it. But yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. Is the same thing that you just saw in all three videos. It's the same exact thing that I have, and it's how I lost my leg and how I am, who I am today. So I was trying to find out a little bit better way to kind of put it into better perspective for you guys, and kind of, show you guys that what it is, without just sitting and giving a whole big long speech about, this is how it works, this is what it does to you, this is the effect it has on you. It's there's no cure for it. There's no cure for this whatsoever. You literally have to keep chopping things off until the blood clots stop, until the ulcers go away, until everything, until you're basically living at least 75% pain-free life. I live in pain every single day. It's pain. It is the worst burning needle sticking into your toes or whatever feeling. It's if you could imagine, it's just so I could give you an example of what this feels like. If you can imagine a cigarette burn, like somebody just sticking a cigarette into your toe, and then right after they burn you, they immediately take that away and then take a needle and go and stick it into that burn, and just leave it there and kind of go and kind of twist it around a little bit. And that's what this feels like. And again, I'm not being dramatic. I'm not just, trying to scare you or anything like that. I mean, if you don't believe me, go ahead. I pray to God that none of you ever get this disease. It is horrible, so painful. It's ruined my life. And a lot of people think you get cancer and you die, or you get emphysema, or you get whatever, and you never ever hear about Beurgers disease. It is so rare that it's literally 1 in 100,000 people in this world have it. 1 in 100,000. And I'm that one, along with a bunch of other people. But we have it. We weren't born with it. It wasn't given to us by anybody else. We didn't contract it from anybody else. It all forms from smoking cigarettes. Don't smoke. Oh my God, don't smoke. And if you do, this can happen. This can happen to you. It really can. And again, I'm not trying to scare you guys. That's not what this is about. This isn't a video to try to scare you guys. I set out on this channel to help people. And if I don't tell you what happened to me, and don't use myself as an example, then what happens is I'm not doing my job. I'm not putting myself out there. I'm not using myself. I'm not leading by example, so to speak, at all. I'm not at all even sort of leading by example. Instead, I'm just telling you about, I lost my leg, I did this happened, I had these surgeries, sucks for me. How you guys doing? No, that's not what I'm about, man. That's not what I'm trying to do. I want to help people. I want to help anybody I can. Anybody that watches these videos. I want somebody to take something away from that. And today, I want you to take away knowing that this can happen. It can happen. Yes, it's very, very rare. It's very rare. But it can happen. And I don't want to see that happen to any of you. I don't want to see this happen to any of you guys. Ever again. Or ever, period. It kills me. It really does. So, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it's a little bit of a heavier one, and I you know, like I said, they're not always going to be so super lighthearted and everything friendly and everybody's buddies, you know. I want to create a friendship of, you know, a community here that everybody gets along and we're happy and we can lean on each other through the hard times. You can come here with your problems and not feel like you're a nuisance or like you're bothering somebody or you're just like, oh God, what is it now? You know, that's never gonna be the attitude here, ever. Just put it in any comment section, what's bothering you? And I'll happily address that as much as I can. Life isn't easy. Nobody ever said it was. But we can navigate through it, and we're going to. We're all going to. Now, as always, I love you guys so much, and please share this, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell, and yeah, I'm gonna keep putting out some awesome videos for you guys, and some good content. And for my 63 or 64 subscribers that I've got now, thank you guys so much. That means the absolute world to me. I still have my goal of hitting 100 people or 100 subscribers. That's what I want to do. And if I hit 100, I'm gonna be very happy. Like I said, I don't set massive goals for myself. I don't. I set little goals and just knock them off one at a time. And that's my little goal for right now, is 100 subscribers. And then we can do another goal. But right now, that's my goal. So, hopefully I'll hit 100 subscribers and you guys can be seeing all kind of awesome videos coming out from me in the future. Alright? I love all of you so much, and yeah, please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, take care of your family. Don't let shit get you down, and don't look back, and for God's sake, don't ever ask what if. Who cares? What if? Life is way too fucking short for hypotheticals. Just remember that. I love you guys. Talk to you soon.